report on the Masters International Rally from Sweden. The event itself held just outside the capital, Stockholm. After our report on the Masters Rally, we go to England for a round of the Marlborough Formula 3 Championship Series and then back to Sweden for the 11th round of the World Road Racing Championship for 250, 500cc bikes and of course the final round of the Sidecar World Championship. But first of all, back to Sweden and back to one of the most prestigious events to be held in that country and covered exclusively of the world. Of course, World Rally Championship, often covered here on Sky Channel's International Motorsports programme. On the left we see Björn Waldegard, his co-driver, being introduced to the King of Sweden. Björn, who's well known of course driving the Toyota, and Stig Blomqvist and Björn Cederberg. Two favourites with the crowd should be the Works Toyota Celica Turbos for the man who won the Safari Rally at his very first attempt, Juha Kankkunen, seen here, and of course his teammate Björn Waldegard. We spoke to Björn before the rally.
Björn Waldegard, a good drive in the Thousand Lakes, now you're competing here in Sweden. How do you think this event will go?
You know, this is a complete different event. It's very short, it's only for one day and mostly for publicity and the possibility of people in Stockholm area to see a proper rally.
Team Toyota Europe must consider this event important to send both you and Juha Kankkunen.
I think all teams start to see this kind of activities or rallies important. For as you see today, it's a lot of people around, and it's a good chance to, expose yourself and your rally car and the sport. What is not to forget.
There's some very tough competition here. How do you think you'll go?
It's always tough, and even if it's a short rally, it's as tough as ever. So it will be a good competition, and I will be fighting for a good result.
One of the most spectacular cars on the recent Rally of the Thousand Lakes was the brand new Audi Quattro, the Evolution version, called the S1. It's been entered here for 1984 World Champion Stig Blomqvist.
Stig, you're competing here in the new Evolution Sport Quattro. How does that differ from the last Sport Quattro?
This one is much better. It's big difference. So for us now it's a big step forward.
Do the new aerodynamics help very much?
Yes, because people are laughing at it, but it helps very much.
No, it looks more like a racer than a rally car, but it certainly seems to go.
It's going very well, especially in high speed. It's fantastic, really.
What about the competition here? Most of the top drivers are here.
Okay, it's quite a lot of top drivers here, so it can be quite tough even here.
And why do you compete in this event?
I don't know, but it's nearly the only chance for me to do anything in Sweden, and it's quite interesting to do something there in Sweden because you live here so long time, and so it's the only chance to do anything here.
And so to the International Masters Rally itself, an event held over 5 special stages. Each of the stages will be run several times in different directions, but the whole event being compacted into the afternoon of Saturday the 31st of August. There is a large crowd of spectators, numbering something like 6,000 or 7,000, that have come to see what really should be ranking as one of the major motorsporting events in Sweden, along of course with the Swedish International Rally that takes place every February, an event that you can see covered in 1986 here on Sky Channel. First through is Björn Waldegard with his Works Toyota Celica Turbo. And on this first stage, he'll be 6th quickest. Also 6th quickest on the second special stage. And moving up to be 3rd quickest on the 3rd special stage. Then comes Ingvar Kaufsen with the BMW 323. Normally we see Ingvar in the World Rally Championship in a Mazda RX-7. But as you can see, he's trying pretty hard with the BMW. sometimes a little bit too hard. Bike promoter Klaus Billström. And as you can see, most of it on gravel, loose surface roads. Next through will be one of the most spectacular drivers that we'll probably be seeing in this report, Juha Kankinen, with the second of the Toyota Celica Turbos, Finnish driver, who won, as we said, the Safari Rally on his very first attempt, tipped by many to be a future world champion. Juha will be third quickest on the first special stage, fourth quickest on the second, and fourth quickest also on the third. So it looks as if Kankinen will be the leading two-wheel drive exponent, as it were. Next through will be the Works Opel Manta 400 of the West German driver Ervin Weber, another leading rally driving exponent, although of course he's quite well known for rally raids. He also led the Safari Rally before the Opel. Well, this man is certainly very spectacular. Number 23 is Anders Johnson with the Opel Ascona 400, and he is trying extremely hard, as we now see, and doing a bit of two-wheel driving. Someone should really tell him that stunt work is not part of rallying, but still it's all very good value for the spectators. So Anders Johnson just about survives that corner as we wait for the next car to come through. Number 24 for Nela Johansson. He has an Opel Kadett GSI. And this number 25 is Asa Kotola with the Audi 80 Quattro, the four-wheel drive version. The Audi Quattro of Kari O. Solbode, number 27. And he's trying hard. And next up will be no less than Gunnar Peterson with his Audi 80 Quattro. Of course, he'll be having quite a battle with his arch rival, as we said before, Michael Eriksson. This man, Gunnar Peterson, who won the Group A category in the 1985 Swedish International Rally. And then he had that close battle with Michael Eriksson. After some 3 special stages, it'll be Michael Eriksson who's leading his private battle ahead of Gunnar Peterson. Just 10 seconds in it between the two Audi Quattro 80s. Next up is Jens Ola Christensen with the Peugeot 205 Turbo. This is one of the 200 cars made for the homologation purposes, driven by the Dane. We've seen Jens Ola Christensen with the Peugeot in the recent Limburgia Rally in Holland, number 29. The car similar to that driven by Ari Vatanen at the beginning of the year. And next up will be Per Eklund, certainly one of the favourites for this International Masters Rally Sprint. The Swede with his Audi Quattro A2, the older version, of course, of the S1 before the Evolution version. And Per Eklund determined to do well here in front of his own home crowd. He'll be seated just in front of Stig Blomqvist with the works car. There with the Clarion-sponsored Audi Quattro. We've seen him the British Open Rally Series, of course, driving a Toyota. And through now comes the car that everybody has really been waiting for, the Audi Sport Quattro S1, the all-thinking, all-dancing, all-monster Audi Quattro. And sure enough, on the first two special stages, it was to be Stig Blomqvist who was to be quickest and lead the field by some 12 seconds ahead of Per Eklund, who in turn was some 13 seconds ahead of Juha Kankkunen. But on the third special stage, both Per Eklund and Stig Blomqvist actually tied for quickest time. So certainly Per Eklund putting up quite a fight against his fellow Swede. It's amazing just how monstrous this Audi Quattro looks when you compare it to the nice, quiet, as it were, Peugeot of the works teams that we see in the World Rally Championship Series. Another spectacular driver is Mats Jonsson with his Opel Ascona 400, and he in fact will complete the runners on this International Masters Rally Sprint. Mats Jonsson, who after two special stages do well actually, he's lying in 7th place overall, car number 32. So halfway through the event we have Stig Blomqvist who leads from Per Eklund with Juha Kankkunen in 3rd place, but the time still pretty close, no more than 25 seconds covering the top 3. Well, for spectators, there's plenty of side attractions such as the parachute jumping, and both of them down safely, not far away from their marker. Well, what a way to drop in for a rally sprint. Good weather conditions, it's not raining, nice and dry, which of course has attracted a very large crowd here to this major event. The whole of the International Masters Rally Sprint is in fact held on a military training ground, and for the spectators and a static display of the various military vehicles, which incidentally are not entered for the competitive part of the event. But it's an ideal area to hold such an international event, in fact very similar of course to the Meal Piste idea. So now through comes number 1, Björn Voldegaard once again. Björn, who now after 4 special stages will be in 4th spot, some 7 seconds behind Juha Kankkunen, who's 3rd. It's really the battle between these top 4. And Voldegaard going through to ultimately finish in 4th place overall. Next through, once again, is Ingvar Carlsson with the BMW 323. And despite his car being rather underpowered, Ingvar has done extremely well and will finish in 10th place overall. And that's pretty good considering it's not a works car or anything like that. And that's pure driving technique. And here we see, in slow motion again, Ingvar Carlsson hanging his front wheel there over the ditch. Down it goes. Well, that's using up every inch of the gravel road and just that little bit more. Well, with the car, he'll finish in 11th place as up comes Juha Kankkunen. Now, Juha Kankkunen was quickest on the 4th special stage. In fact, there were 3 cars, all with exactly the same time on that 4th special stage. Kankkunen, Per Eklund and Stig Blomqvist. And that really is a measure of the way that Kankkunen can drive to be able to equal the time set by the 4-wheel drive Audi Quattros. And Kankkunen will in fact ultimately finish in 3rd place overall. So Toyotas will finish 3rd and 4th, but of course Kankkunen will win the 2-wheel drive section, as it were. Ervin Weber with the Opel Manta 400, the works car, number 7. Surprisingly, he will only finish in 7th place. Normally expect the Opel to be a little bit quicker than that. But still, Ervin Weber with the Opel there. Let's see how he takes this corner. Doesn't cut it quite as much as we saw the BMW of Ingvar Carlsen do. Next up is Susan Kotolinski with the large Volvo. And she'll finish in 22nd place. Obviously, she's doing it just for the enjoyment. Next up is Mina Selenkova with her Mazda RX-7. And she'll finish in 19th spot. International Masters Rally Sprint. Next through is the ever spectacular Anders Jonsson, number 23. But being spectacular doesn't necessarily make you quick, because after the 5 special stages, he'll be in 18th place overall. Still, he makes good television. Obviously, when he sees the TV camera here from the Sky Channel, he tries even harder. Number 26 coming through is Roger Eriksson with the final stage as Michael Eriksson. So Eriksson won the battle by just 1 second, finishing in 5th place overall. And the Dane goes through. That is Jens Ola Christiansen with his 4-wheel drive turbocharged Peugeot. But he was taking things relatively easy with this Group B car, finishing only in 21st place. Let me repeat that Michael Eriksson was to finish in 5th place overall, just 1 second clear of Gunnar Pedersen, and win basically the Group A category. Next up, Per Eklund. Eklund knowing that he had to pull out all the stops over these final 2 special stages to get up and try and take the lead away from the 1984 world champion Stig Blomqvist. As we've heard on special stage 4, Kankkunen, Blomqvist and Eklund were all equal quickest. But ultimately Per Eklund was to finish in 2nd spot to Stig Blomqvist, just 14 seconds adrift from the ex-world champion, who was here to win the International Masters Rally Sprint for 1985 with the Works Audi Quattro. With aerofoils front and back, this really does look like the most spectacular of rally cars that we've seen for many years. So Blomqvist there, number 31, the winner of the International Masters Rally Sprint from Per Eklund by some 14 seconds. And there finally through comes number 32, Mats Jonsson. He's to finish in 8th place overall. Mats Jonsson, another driver well known to British enthusiasts. And of course, they'll all be coming over for the final round of the World Rally Championship, the RAC Rally of Great Britain, that we'll be reporting in great detail here on Sky Channel. So, a very successful event and victory for Stig Blomqvist from Sweden. An event organised, we said, by the Klaus Bilston marketing company. And there, Stig Blomqvist up to receive his prize, and we spoke to him after the ceremony.
Stig, a good win today here against some great competition. How was the rally?
It was a good rally, and the competition, what you said, is quite hard, but I think my car is a little bit better than the other cars just now here, because it was not that hard really, but it's a good competition anyway.
No problems at all with the car?
No, not at all. It was just to go quite sensible and try to stay on the road.
Thanks, Stig.
Thank you.
So an excellent International Masters Rally Sprint. Stig Blomqvist and co-driver Björn Sillerberg winning by 14 seconds. Kankkunen third, Valdegard fourth, Michael Eriksson winning from Gunnar Pedersen by just 1 second the Group A battle, and they continuing their battle that they started in February. We hope you've enjoyed our report on this International Masters Rally Sprint. We now go over to Silverstone in England for our report on a Marlboro Formula 3 champion. King of Sweden, Björn, who's well known, of course, driving the Toyota, and of course his teammate Björn Waldegard. We spoke spectacular cars on the recent Rally of the Thousand Lakes. Was the brand new
Quattro.
Audi.
This one is much better. It's
Most of the top drivers are here.
okay. It's quite a lot of top
There is
drivers.
a large crowd of spectators, numbering something like. Also, sometimes a little bit too hard. Next through, number 5, Billström. Spectacular drivers that we'll probably be seeing in this report. You are. Where he was very successful. It's going to be out, Michael Ericsson, to beat his arch rival. Still, what he lacks in power, he makes up. And then he works Toyota teams. And still in the afternoon. Hard as we now see. And doing a bit of two. Here with the Clarion-sponsored Audi Quattro. Seen him. It's amazing just how the whole of the International Masters Rally Sprint is in fact Höll vehicles, which incidentally are not entered. And Waldegard going through to Allt of the gravel road and just that little bit more. Number 5 of Björn Edling. And Kankkunen will, in fact, ultimately finish in 3rd place. As we've got an unusual competitor. Number 16 going through. Will be last. At least he finished. That's Anders Kjellström. Erik Eriksson with his Ford Escort. Driven to its absolute limit. Number 27 is next. So Eriksson won the battle by just 1 second, finishing in 5th place here to win the International Masters Rally Sprint for 9 seconds. And there finally through comes number 30 and victory for Stig Blomqvist from Sweden.
Okay, the competition, what you said, is quite hard, but okay, I think my car.
International Masters Rally Sprint. Stig Blomqvist and co-driver Björn
Men arrangörerna av TV-sporten tyckte att det är ju synd att Värmland är väl en 2-3 plusgrader varmt här idag. Och vi har Eriksson som åker för Mitsubishi, men han har ingen bil och gjort den här förarpresentationen som nu visar några av förarprofilerna.